What's up, everybody? This is Henry Fleischer here from the Cannabis Dispatch, also the CBD Business Networking Group on Facebook, and I have a very special guest today. I have Charlie Stivers of Phytocannabinoids. So, Charlie, tell us a little bit about phytocannabinoids.
So it's PhytoRite.com, and we are a hemp and CBD marketplace. We feature over 15 brands and probably over 100 different products now. And most of them are relationships I've established over the years, Colorado-based, a lot of women owners and operators. And then now we're looking to partner up with some of the minority-owned CBD businesses as well. So just trying to be more inclusive.
Got it. So when did you start?
Oh my gosh! So beginning of 2018. Just started the website, and I was actually one of the first to get into a mall here locally. We actually made the papers. It was kind of cool. It was in a very conservative area of Colorado that has no cannabis dispensaries at all. So I'm like, yeah, I'll put up a kiosk at the mall, and that was the beginning of it. We attracted some super affiliate groups and did well with that, and evolving from there.
Oh, wow. And that's awesome to hear. So what was it that made you want to go into this business?
I grew up on a farm in New Jersey, and just loved plants, I guess. And my first experience with plant-based wellness was my mom brought home an aloe plant, and she's like, "Oh, break off a piece, and the plant sap is a good topical medicine." And it worked, and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." And that was my beginning. And then now, always having that alternative therapy or wellness aspect in my mind that I grew up with. I used it on my pets as a young kid. In college, I did a report on commercial dog food and pet food and how horrible it was. And right next to our college, we had a natural pet food store, and I used natural remedies on my dog, and it got rid of, he had mange and some bad allergies. And, a less than $20 investment in these, plant-based or alternative methods, cured them right up. And so that again was more proof that there is potential for alternative remedies for us, for our pets and animals. And then I've always consumed. I took a big hiatus during college when it was getting too strong, and that anxiety. And then I think it was about 2014 when I started getting older. It's like, let me try this CBD stuff. And I was very, very happy. And then when I hit 40, I started waking up with like just the swollen joints and knuckles. And my friend had started being a rep for a local CBD company here. And I took some, and like the next morning, I'm like, woohoo, slept good. And my hands didn't hurt to get out of bed. So that was the beginning of it for me. And really how I got in was I've been an investment advisor, most of my career path, and I had clients come to me, "Hey, let's invest in cannabis," and it's can only go up. And man, we had a hard lesson there, and lost a ton of money. And I'm very transparent about that. We all need to know the potential pitfalls and barriers in this industry. So around 17, I said, "Hey, let's focus on CBD and hemp," and so launched it at the beginning of 18, and just keep building on everything, and it takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the toughest thing you went through when you first opened up?
Man, everything's a gray area in this industry. We're all aware of the advertising that's limited. The credit card processing, I think I'm on my third or fourth credit card processor. Luckily, my bank accounts are, I've lost one bank account, but so far so good. And one of the tips is, just don't put CBD in your name. Use a generic, registered business name, and then you can DBA whatever you want, or brand whatever you want. So those are the main things. And then with the mall, man, it was like everything I tried. They're like, no green crosses. I'm like, no, we're not marijuana. Um, and then they said, no gummies. Gummies were selling huge, and then they took that away from us. And so there's, all kinds of barriers and restrictions. You just never know what you're going to run into in this industry.
No, yeah, it's very true. There's always something coming up now with the whole Delta 8 controversy now with some states.
Yeah, and understandable. Gosh, it's really helped a lot of these farmers and labs that needed that oomph for additional sales. So, glad they have the opportunity while it lasts, but we all know that's going to disappear probably soon. I just a little, I guess, Colorado feedback is, I joined a cannabis golf league here locally, and a lot of dispensary owner and operators were there, and they're bummed that they took D8 away from them, because they actually were getting a lot of requests from their customers because they like the high and the fun or recreational part of it without the anxiety. So it definitely has its place, but it's synthetically made. So the Colorado regulators decided to ban it from dispensaries here, because it's just another thing for them to have to study, regulate, and all that good stuff. But
but you do expect that at some point, like, D8 will be back, the ban will be lifted, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a state by state play.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, luckily, selling it online, we have our disclosures. Check your local laws, your state laws. But USPS has been pretty good. I think we've only lost, or who knows if they were seized, like two packages in the last 2 years.
Oh well, yeah. The other thing too, like, do you see like D8 being classified with like regular cannabis? Where do you see that playing out?
Yeah, it still remains to be seen, because it's synthetic technically. It's just a loophole right now in the hemp laws. So yeah, I mean, who knows? And it's going to be hard, just like this whole industry. It's
Mhm.
going to be different state by state.
Yep. And you mentioned too a lot of a lot of the things that you went through when you first started off. So like, if you had to start from day one all over again, what would you do differently, knowing everything you know now?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm always innovating and looking for innovative products, and I would have the mindset of distinction. First and foremost, I was checking out some of the videos that you've done already in the interviews, and some of these startups, man, I mean, it's tough coming in this marketplace. And I guess what I've seen in common with some of your interviews is they have relationships established, or they have some kind of credibility already, and they have a nice little additional income or service or added value that they can provide to their clients. But for you or those brands to get really good traction and build a whole business out of it, that's tough. So what's your distinction in the marketplace would be my number one recommendation.
Oh yeah. And what would you say is the toughest part about being in business in 2021?
It's moving so fast. You gotta have capital. Make sure you're saving for when we can market more effectively. And it's noisy. There's so much still in the marketplace that we're all competing with, and that's, again, what sets you apart? What's your credibility? What's your distinction? And we're all kind of at that base level is, GMP, the FDA certs from the labs, COAs. So, trustworthiness, and then endorsements of somehow. So, partnerships. So all those things, can really help your brand.
Oh yeah, of course. And then if a customer was to choose between your business and three others just like yours, why would you suggest they give you a try first?
We've curated a collection of trustworthy brands. Again, these are companies, owners, processors, lab producers that I've established over the years, and I know they have really good reputation in the marketplace already. And we have different potencies of full spectrum, zero THC, broad spectrum. And it's ours is just a fun marketplace to scroll through and see all the cool products. And what we're getting most excited for are the hemp goods, the industrial hemp products that are coming out. And that's what we all want as humanity, for more sustainability and cool innovative products that we can all use that hopefully won't break the bank. So that's we're primed to add a lot of those. So we have our eye on some of those products now, and just having fun with it.
Gotcha. What's the number one way you currently bring in new customers?
A lot of it's word of mouth. That's really been our driver right now. We have pretty good strategy going forward since we have a proven model, and we're working on technology for a platform as a service for dispensaries. I'm not sure what it's like, where you live, but in Colorado, a lot of dispensaries either don't carry CBD products at all because they don't want to mess with it, or they have like a half a shelf of CBD products. So, we have a digital e-commerce solution that can bridge that gap from the dispensaries to their non-intoxicating cannabis clients. So, that's one of the things that we're working on as a company.
Got it. And what role has the internet played in your business becoming more prevalent?
It's cool every day when you see someone, oh, well, I wonder where they came from. And, and then we get messages from other parts of the country. I guess that's one of our advantages. We've been on the net for, over 3 years. And so, we have a little bit of SEO juice going for us. So, we'll get emails from people in other countries. How come I can't buy from your site? I mean, we've had some countries that it goes through and some it doesn't. So, we're on the Shopify platform, which is another good solution for startups, I guess. But then you have to find a third-party credit card processor because Shopify still doesn't allow it, even though they're letting their cannabis companies use it. But so that's a little frustrating. But the net is, and e-commerce is definitely one of the platforms you gotta have.
Got it. And if you have to take a look 6 months to a year into the future, where would you like to see your business?
I would say working primarily with dispensaries, helping them create additional revenue sources, and showing them how valuable that can be, in the repeat and recurring customers, helping them further nurture their client relationships. And because as we all know, there's plenty of cannabis consumers who don't want to get high. They just want it for the wellness benefits. And, just helping give their clients, other things to shop for, show how cool, the hemp side of the cannabis industry is, the good it's doing, and then how it's evolving and innovating.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And ideally too, as your business is growing too, what would you like your ideal role to be within the business, on a day-to-day basis?
I'm more of the visionary, and just kind of pull all the pieces together, execute the plan. I'd eventually like to get to the point where we can hire, a president or a CEO. I don't care what the title is. They're a leader within our company, but I want that leader to be a builder, help further those client relationships, find more and more partnership opportunities, and just and provide people with jobs. Grow this into a good business and a great brand that's well known, and then after 1 year, maybe get picked up by a big ancillary group or something like that, or find a key partner to help us really scale.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got it. Oh, that's all good stuff right there. Yeah, and another thing too for your store, like what do you look for with products you carry? Like what's the one thing that's saying like, hey, we're gonna carry this product because they have this. What is it that you look for?
Yeah, we're just trying to, again, correlate that collection of, again, to trustworthy brands, very professional and high quality, good value. I think we're all seeing the prices come down quite a bit. Nothing gimmicky. I think I saw one of your interviews, you guys are getting excited about CBD and this, food and that food. And kind of like you were saying, you got to think in the future, a year from now, 3 years from now, is CBD really going to be in hummus, as a legit product? It's cool right now, and you may see it at the farmer's market, but you got to think longevity wise, what's the market really going to adopt and consume?
Yeah.
So, this stuff is so, we have Trupura, which, is a high potency, zero tasteless product, broad spectrum, and you can put that in your smoothie or any of your foods if you want to at home, but I don't think anyone's going to pay, double or triple the price for a normal product just because it has CBD in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got you. And another thing too, which product type sells the best for you too?
It's still tinctures for sure.
Tinctures?
Yeah, absolutely. And the pet tinctures, and then from there, it's probably split between gummies and topicals. It's still a big wellness focus. People just want to get healthy without getting high.
Yeah. So who's like your ideal customer then too? Because I know every CBD like brand has like a different clientele they cater towards. Like some will be for pets, some will be for like more elder folks, others will be for fitness. Who's your ideal customer?
Yeah, I mean, I guess generally specific is 45 and older. It's mostly women. Let's face it, they do have buying power and make the majority of the wellness decisions for the household.
Oh, cool. I know you're just touching up a little bit too about like CBD infused foods, but like do you still I like personally I still see there being a market too for like gourmet type products too, just because a lot of products out there are on the sweet side and other savory products. But I know, yeah, like do you see that as well too?
I think it would be a fad, short-lived, in my opinion, unless someone really has a value add. When I was kind of envisioning the industry, 3 years ago, I've always thought CBD would be like a vitamin C type of thing. It'd just be an added ingredient. But now, with the FDA restrictions, that's not legal. So again, that's another reason why I'd say it's short-lived to add CBD in foods, because that's a no-no. I mean, you'll get shut down eventually. So that's why I say you may see it at a farmer's market or a short-lived type of situation. But
Oh,
there's too many barriers there right now, and there may be a big brand that runs with it eventually, but unless you have something super innovative, that's
mhm.
a short-lived product, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have
Uh,
you seen any that have done really, really well in the marketplace?
I mean, like I know, like I've seen like drinks out there. I think seen like hot sauces too. Like I don't know like what their sales are, but like I think
The
just like
drinks obviously are huge, you know,
yeah.
and that's normal. I mean, that's a normal way for us to consume CBD. You know, I'm down here in New Mexico right now, and I saw, you know, a small little C store that had CBD living water, um, and you know, the sodas and the seltzers are out there.
Hmm. And oh, so you mean even like outside of CBD too, that like hemp's gonna affect other industries as well too. So which industry would you think's gonna have like the most positive impacts from like a hemp legalization?
You know, I think the paper industry has a lot of upside potential. You know, again, we just don't have the manufacturing processes here in a big way, and we don't have the market demand yet. I think part of that's also due to cost. You know, textiles is a huge one. I mean, that's already going very well. I think that's going to have the biggest uh, immediate adoption because we all love clothes, and you know, we willing to pay good money for good durable products. And what's cool is, you know, how it's not just all hemp. It's not 100% hemp clothing. It's blends. You know, we're just, you know, reinforcing and making sure our, you know, our clothes will last after 2 or 3 wears, or washing it 2 or 3 times without any holes. You know, I'd be willing to pay 30, 40 bucks for better shirt that's going to last a long time, and you know, doesn't stretch out. And so, and then building materials too, the hemp wood flooring. You know, some of the local shows that have already popped up here, you know, making all like hemp cabinetry, um, and different you know, the craftsmen's doing their thing, and using, you know, big chunks of the hemp wood and making it into something cool. I try to do you know, I see that you're a baseball fan. I ordered a big, you know, log or whatever of hemp wood, and one of my baseball buddies makes custom bats, and I tried to have him turn one, and it just frayed. So you know, we're coming, um, just coming together on this. So we'll see how these craftsmen can, you know, just add their touch and make something cool out of, you know, of hemp wood type of material. And it's going to be fun to see how the industry evolves for
Yeah.
sure.
I like seeing what's happening on the construction side too, because like even I bet there's gonna be like construction contractors specializing and say, hey, we use all our materials are hemp-based products. There's like building a house too, like because like it's a shorter life cycle to grow hemp for like industrial purposes than it is for like to get the trees for like lumber and like
Yeah, I mean, the
those materials.
installation products are pretty cool, and I don't think they're that much more expensive. Hempcrete is coming, obviously, and I was driving down Denver last year, and I saw a truckload of hemp blocks on the back, and I was able to grab a picture of it. But you know, until we get, you know, third party structural engineers in there, and really, you know, putting their, hey, this is safe for this load bearing, you know, that'll really help. You know, right now, you know, you can make single story homes or chicken coops out of it, and you know, have a great building. But you know, until it's valued as safe, and someone's saying, hey, that structure over there is worth 100 grand today, and it's going to be worth 300 grand like normal markets, and it may help marketability with it being built out of sustainable materials. Um, but you know, it's, again, it comes to cost, and you know, adoption by, you know, the super smart engineers saying that it's safe and
Yeah.
sustainable to build with.
Oh yeah, because I don't think we haven't seen any like big structures yet for like say like a 4,000 square foot house made from like hemp. The structure is made from hemp yet, so that'll be an interesting development too.
Absolutely.
That's like would be my dream house to have it constructed from hemp materials.
Yeah, and we've all seen pictures of them on social media, and there'll be a day, but and I don't have a clue how much it really costs per square footage wise. If it's comparable to normal, then timber is going way up in cost. So I mean that could be good for hemp. Absolutely.
The other thing too with I remember I saw a post on social media about how Henry Ford was trying to have a car made from him, and then they tried to like they tried to like push an axe through the car, and then it went backwards. Like usually with steel, it cut right through.
Yeah, they had I forget the guy's name, but at the NOCO Hemp Expo, he had a car made of hemp composite. And yeah, you're right. I mean, I have some friends who are helicopter pilots, and they're saying it's strong enough they can make the blades out of it. Or
Wait, what?
so, I mean, those days are coming. The composite side is going to be fascinating. As a applications for the graphene, chips. Uh, that's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah, because like when I saw that story too, with like how like the axe went backwards, I was like, hey, is the military gonna develop this for their armor?
Hemp for victory.
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, we'll see though. But then I guess I think if they develop that for like armor, it's like, hey, then they're gonna have to change the way bullets are too, to make sure, hey, these bullets can pierce through the.
Yeah, you never know. There's 25,000 different uses, so that is probable. But and it's also interesting to see all of our like cutlery and hemp plastics that we want to see biodegradable. At least here in Colorado, we're already starting to see plant-based disposable cutlery, and so that's where the market needs to determine where is hemp materials best used and applied, and best value, because the plant-based alternatives are already coming. So that's, I think, igloo. Have you seen the igloo coolers where it's plant-based material instead of styrofoam?
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm. I've seen them in the stores here, and I think they're a little over $10. But you don't have to worry about styrofoam as much, and it's good to see these big brands adopting alternative materials.
Uh-huh. And I'm trying to think what other materials too. Oh yeah, for like biodegradable plastics, another thing too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, hemp obviously has that, but it's already being developed with other plant materials for sure. And then Hemp Sense USA, they have some cool products and a good, really good IP on mixing up the herd and the fiber. So they have a kitty litter, which is okay. They need to refine that a little bit better. I've tested it. They have a plant bedding, and then the cool one I think is the pet bedding, where just for the little critter cages or even large animals, putting it down. It's super absorbent and keeps down, I guess, the bacteria and any potential for mold. Really absorbs any kind of odor, and so just seeing the real applications of hemp is fascinating. Until you try it yourself, you see how it fits into your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. What about you? I think I talked to somebody else too. They mentioned for like perfume market or the cosmetics, there's ways they can use like the terpenes for their products. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, if you go on our website, we have Fog and Tree, and they actually use cannabis terpenes, and they have I think 2 or 3 different scents, like this hair mask, and a beard oil. I like their beard oil a lot, and then homemade. So Fog and Tree is out of California. Homemade's here in Colorado, and they have, oh my gosh, almost 100 products themselves, and they have really good. I call those lifestyle products, where I mean, from rollers and massage oil, bath bombs, of course. So, you know, all those fun things, you know, that people like to, you know, indulge in, I guess, you know, you know, we still sell mostly the wellness products, but, you know, people pick them up for gifts, or, you know, those are consumable, but they're not ordered as often. But yeah, I mean, it's just great, again, to see the innovation of products and, you know, what people buy or not. There's plenty of things that don't sell. You're just like, surprising.
Oh yeah. Is there any advice you give to somebody who's thinking about entering the hemp space?
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to, you know, one of the first questions, you know, what's your distinction? What sets you apart from the crowd?
Got it.
Yeah.
It was great having you on, and you're more than welcome to come back if you have any new business announcements or anything like that you want to cover. Be more than happy.
Yeah, thank you, Henry. The push right now is if anyone knows any dispensary owner operators who want to get into the CBD and hemp side of things, that's hassle free. We have a good system for that, and that's going to be our focus going forward.
Awesome. Thank you again.
All right. Thanks, Henry.
Bye.